What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting edition of Evening Alpha / Chillstream tonight. We're live. What's up? Happy Monday. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys had a nice weekend. My weekend was exciting. I'll tell you about it. Let's talk about it. We'll do that. I swear I try to have like nice, relaxing weekends, and you got family, you got kids. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna play with the kids, and then like all hell breaks loose. What up, Mobius Trip? How you doing, brother? Welcome, man. Thank you for showing up. Dusty, what's up, sir? How you doing? Bad Kitty, what up? And Mobius LFG, what's up, man? Yeah, for sure. So this weekend was odd. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna work. So one of the things that we've been working on what I was going to work on this weekend is an update to the Mint page. We're getting ready for this Origin comic drop. And so I was like, okay, well, it's got a burn feature, and Melissa's working on the burn features, and Flint is working on some cool updates to the player and some special stuff that I can't talk about, but for the drop. And I was working on like some redesigns. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll show that to you here in a minute. Hey, Carrots, what's up? Got my teddy bear ready for story time. Well, that's what we're good for, man. Teddy bear. So here, I'm pulling up the page. I will show you guys kind of the before and after, get your opinion. It is not finished. I've only been working on it today. But so really quick, this is what happened this weekend. Woke up, said I'm going to work on this UI for the Mint page and start busting out the burn mechanic uploader, because on a burn, usually with a UI user interface on a website where there's a burn mechanic, you hit the button to burn, and then there's like a modal pop up or something that says, oh, well, choose which NFTs you want to burn, and then you click that button and you have a selector, and you select the NFTs that you want to burn. And then you hit burn, and it does its thing. So I have to design all of that stuff, and so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna focus on Saturday. We're gonna do it. So I wake up Saturday, and I get up, and I'm ready. I did some sketching. I was like, okay, this is what the page is gonna look like, and how I'm gonna do it. And so for a little bit of background and context, our dishwasher broke down like maybe a month ago, maybe a little longer, and we have a homeowners thing, and we're just like, okay, cool, we're going to use this homeowners thing for the first time. Never did it before. And so we went through the whole process. It was a pain in the ass, made us almost think we shouldn't do this again. Got a dishwasher delivered, and but it didn't come with any kind of install, right? They're like, here you go, here's your 200-pound dishwasher, take care, guys, thanks. And so we've been sitting with this dishwasher in our kitchen for a few weeks now. I was like, and this weekend Melissa was like, you have got to do something, like take care of this dishwasher, put it in, call the neighbor, see if you and he can put it in. Neighbors are good friends of ours, and call them up, see if you can get them to help you with it. I was like, all right, man, like I just want to call somebody, but whatever. So I understand. I was like, man, it can't be that hard. We're just gonna put this dishwasher in. It's like two guys totally can do it. So I called him up, and he said he comes over, and he comes over with his father-in-law, and his father-in-law is awesome. Like I don't know if he's Romanian or Russian. I can't remember. I think he's Romanian, but he speaks like 3 languages. So I think he speaks Russian as well. And so he comes over, and he's an electrician by trade, and not just like, he's one of those guys who's like an electrician, but he kind of does everything, and everything he does is perfect. I mean, like I've watched them build like concrete slabs, and it's perfectly level and perfect squares for air conditioning units, and then like a basketball hoop, just really perfect. And I was like, oh shit, like, okay, this is gonna be great. And so they come in, and we look at it, and the first problem, of course, is instant. We've discovered instant, which is we noticed that we had floors put into this house before we moved in, and the way they put the flooring is like 3/4 of an inch thick, and they put it in, and they butted it up right against the dishwasher. So the dishwasher is sitting down about an inch below the floor. And so it's like basically locked in there. It is not coming out. And I was like, well, maybe we just cut a hole, cut out some of the wood on the floor, and we can drag it out and fix the wood later or something. No, didn't want to do that. It's like, okay, cool. Long story short, we ended up having to, we thought it was going to be an hour or two. It turned out to be a 6-hour job that I forced my neighbors to do, which really sucked. Really sucked. He had to come in and he took a saw, like an electric saw, and sawed the legs off of the dishwasher, like underneath. Like imagine being like on the ground and just sawing the legs off. And then we had to sand down more and rip out shit. And then Jerry, kind of like forced this thing, almost rip off the countertop and kind of rip this thing out. And then like the back was flooded because of all the water, so we had to fix that. And then he's an electrician, so he saw the plug that it was attached to and didn't like that, so he fixed that. Brand new outlet box thing in there for the dishwasher. And then we got the new, we're like, awesome, okay, well, it's done. This is going to be good. We got it. So we got the new dishwasher slid in there. We got the new dishwasher slid in there, and then it dropped into that slot, and we were like, fuck, like we totally forgot we should make this thing level. Like we should have just taken like some of the wood and like it's a massive gap. Again, my neighbor's father-in-law is brilliant and he's a perfectionist, like super craftsman. Like having an inch, I was like, it's fine, I'm good. It was like 4 hours in. I'm like, guys, so sorry. Like I felt so bad. Oh, by the way, did I mention that we also had a play date that day? So the clock is ticking. These guys, my neighbor and his father-in-law, who are friends, are working in this stuff in our kitchen. Meanwhile, the play date comes, and it's a husband and wife. And I've met the wife. She was a teacher of one of our kids, and they have kids and all that. I hadn't met the father, and of course the father is like a huge comic fan and like a comic nerd. And so they're coming in, and I'm trying to be like a good host, like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, welcome. And I'm showing him the office, and he's like, what the hell is all this? And I'm like, it's the world's most expensive green screen. All the crap you guys know. Like, I'm just kind of giving them a rundown of all the stuff that I, do. And like, oh yeah, comics, and what's an NFT? Like pretty much this, what everybody asks. And like, okay, cool. And meanwhile, I'm having this awesome conversation, and all I can think about is like, I am the worst human being ever, because like my good friends, I literally just left them in the kitchen. I had no choice. I left them in the kitchen like they were just like service workers or something. Not that that's a bad thing, but if you hire somebody, it's kind of like, I can sip some tea and just be like, how's it coming? You need anything? Let me know. Right? Like you don't have to do anything. But with a friend, I didn't want to leave them in the kitchen, but I had to. And so I'm like, I gotta go. So I'm running back and forth, trying to be a good host and a good friend. It was a nightmare. So to get this whole thing in, it's dropped. So what we have to do is they lift it back out. He goes under the sink, drills a hole, like rips out the wood that's like holding all the stuff that you would have under your sink, goes underneath it, drills a hole about that big, and inserts, fortunately it had more of the wood from the house. He cuts it down, puts it in there, slides it in there. We have to push everything back, put everything down, and it's in, and it's perfect, and it's like perfectly sealed. I'm like, awesome, guys. And but at this point, they were just gone. They didn't even say goodbye. Now everything's fine. They're still friends. I took them a case of beer, and I was like, just charge me something, please, so I can pay you. I need you to charge me. But they leave, and they're like gone. I'm like, okay, well that nightmare is over. And then they come back. And so they came back, and I think it was because they like left a screwdriver or something. And so they come back and they realize that there's like a rubber padding that goes around the entire dishwasher, and they had left it on the counter and they completely forgot about it. And again, I'm just like, don't worry about it. Like, please. At this point, I'm just like, please leave. Please have at least an hour of your day so I don't feel like a total like bag of dicks. No, they got to be perfect. They got to fix it. So they pull the whole thing out again, put all the rubber around the whatever you want to call it, slide it back in, screw it in. It's balanced. Everything's perfect. He puts a level on it. Like, this thing is level. It's a level. Who puts a level on a dishwasher to make sure that it's perfect? Like, this guy does. Like, they're freaking incredible. And so finally, after 6 hours, they're out, and I'm like, okay, like this is gonna be the worst. This is gonna be the. I was like, well, it's not like I'm just glad I'm busting up friendships with people that I don't have to live next to for the next decade of my life. Oh wait, that's cool. Hey Willie D, you just had a story time with Uncle T. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. KG says, hey, I was on an alternate universe stream by myself. Oh no, yeah, there was a different link. That's weird. Carrot says, dishwasher hell. Mine is broken right now too, and the new one is showing up next week. Already found out the wiring is going to be in. Dude, so what I didn't tell you is that while this guy was the father-in-law, the magician here, like while he was going underneath, when he opened the bottom of the sink to like pull all the stuff out and he was going to drill, he's like, oh, your disposal's busted. And it was just like all wet. And I'm like, oh my God. Jeez, like so we have a new dishwasher, but now the disposal is busted, and so now we got to replace that. Man, dude, I got to replace this whole house. Like I just need to like tear it down and rebuild it or something. Like everything in this house, I love it to death, but man, everything needs to be fixed. Yeah, Carrots, I'm telling you, man, be careful. It's a hole. It's a dark hole. Also, just pay somebody. Don't do it yourself, please. Like learn from my pain. Dusty says, Todd was just wishing he could order me to do it and make sure my phone was on silent. Hey, what's up, Jason? Jason's in the room, but on the low. What's up, Jason? How you doing, brother? So yeah, that was my Saturday, and then Sunday was a little more chill. We went to the grandparents' house, to Melissa's parents' house, and just chilled out. And honestly, man, like I was so well. I ended up going back over to my neighbor's house. I bought him a case of beer. Told him to just have his father-in-law like pay, like charge me. Like I was like, I don't care what it is, like just send me a bill, please, because I got to pay him for his time, of course. And I was like, don't give me a discount. Like whatever he charges, like I just want to pay, because they did a great job, and I felt so bad. And then of course we like stayed up and like drank some of the beer, and I'm getting to bed at like 2 a.m. on a Saturday. It's not like we do that much during the week. So Sunday I was just wasted. Like, I just slept all day, but that was good. I got to sleep. I got to do some sleep and do some research. Sundays are my research days. And I just kind of zone out, listen to a couple, like some music. Like when I'm working, actually, I'll listen to, there's one track, and I've listened to the same track for probably, I don't know how old the song is, probably a few years now. And I just listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like I don't listen to anything else. I just put this one song on and I loop it, and that gets me into a zone of like focus. And so I just listen to this track, and I like start like searching stuff and reading stuff and all this stuff. Dusty says, I personally love fixing things. I can fix pretty much anything in the house. I used to renovate rentals. No way. I didn't know that. Dude, I've been trying to convince you to move to North Carolina. You know that, right? I'm just saying. If you like a project, my friend. Jason says, pay the plumber. 2 trucks by Lemon Demon. No, there's a reason why I'm avoiding it. Nothing YouTube can't handle. Yeah. This is true. No, the song is Admission by a band called Torch. And Torche. I've been listening to them for years, man. If you like, they always reminded me of like an updated, more modern Helmet. If you listen to Helmet in the 90s, like they kind of have that same like raw, like grungy sludge sound to it, but like some of their tracks are like really abstract and kind of raw, and then some of them are super rhythmic. And so yeah, Admission's like a fucking awesome track. It's great stuff, man. It's great stuff. What else is going on? What do you guys want to talk about tonight? I got some new stuff. Oh, you know what? Before we talked about anything other than this, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I'll give you some behind the scenes, get you guys' opinion on stuff. But yeah, let me know in chat if there's anything you guys want to talk about. I thought about talking about, I think Carrots was in chat talking about the royalty thing and the marketplace stuff, which, kind of gets me heated. So if you want to see me get heated, maybe that. There's a ton of other stuff happening in the news. It's actually interesting. The market sucks right now, but the big companies are coming in hard. Like there's nothing slowing down. Like you think it's slow? It ain't slow, man. Behind the scenes, like there's some big stuff going on, big stuff. So maybe I'll drop some of that too. But check this out. Let's see if I can get this going. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. This okay. Caveat, because I know as soon as I do this, it's going to pop it up. Caveat: this is not final. It is not done. I've been working on this design for exactly 1 day. Okay, so I'm modifying our mint page. Now, in fact, I'll show you. I'll start with the mint page so you guys can have some reference. So you're like, what the hell is a mint page? All right, here we go. Let's see. So I'll show you what we have, and I'll show you where I'm kind of moving. And you guys let me know what you think. And of course, all comments are welcome. So this is the mint page that we have right now, right? You guys know this. Hopefully you've seen this. This is pretty much the actual site. So what this is, if you're not familiar, this is what we use as a mint page, and we developed it from scratch. It does a lot of different things. It is not a normal mint page. Usually mint pages just have the JPEG or whatever you're going to buy and some information and then a big buy button and you mint it. And it seemed like such a problem to us because there's no standardization and it's very limited. And one of the things that I have a problem with, one of the reasons that makes NFTs and crypto so hard right now, is that you can't do the things that you would normally do to drive more traffic and sales. Meaning there are strategies like an order bump, right? Like an order bump is basically a small checkbox on checkout where you can add something to it. An order box is like the candy bars and the bubble gum at the checkout line, right? It's kind of like a nice to have item. It's like, oh crap, now I'm in line, I'm at the grocery store, there's like a Snickers bar, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna toss in the Snickers bar. That's literally what an order bump is. You can't do that, right? Same thing with like upsells, like, hey, you like this, you want some more of that, or oh, you like this, well, there's something else that goes with that. Like, I would love to be able to sell an NFT and you add that to your cart, and then on the next page or something, you can like add a t-shirt or something. This is all basic e-commerce stuff, but you can't really do it inside of Web3 unless we're working on ways you can do it. I mean, you can add fiat currencies and you can add custodial wallets, which actually will probably solve that problem. But pure Ethereum or pure crypto, you can't really do that. Impulse purchase, yeah, exactly. Jason says, I've been there for the mid page and impulse purchase. Exactly. So an order bump is an impulse purchase. And then you have upsells and downsells and one-time offers and that kind of stuff. There's a ton of stuff you can do to actually like add value to whoever is in the pipeline to purchase, and on average, increase the average cart value of whatever it is that you're selling, right? And the more money you make, the more money you can spend on advertising, which means you can grow the company. So it's really difficult to do. So what this is our first attempt at that. Now this is a live page, so what you don't see is the actual multi-connect button, the multi-connect where you can actually like connect multiple wallets. But once you connect, you had multiple products. So that was our first try, our first kind of MVP version of like being able to get multiple products. And this is actually two separate contracts. So there's a contract for the 300 and there's a contract for the 6,000. And I really like this. I modeled it after pre-mint because my thought process was, well, most 90% of people are going to have gone to pre-mint, they're going to have signed up, and then they're going to come here. Or vice versa, they come here and they need to join the allow list, and so they're going to bounce over to pre-mint. So why not make the pages kind of similar? And so that was kind of the start of this, and I'll show you how I'm changing it in a minute. But yeah, we're really trying to add multi-product, and I also, well, I'll tell you about where I'm headed here in a second. But this was basically the page that we've used. We use this for the Ashcan drop, and we use this for the Hail Draconis drop. And it's a nice page. It actually has been working really well. We also have like a modal that pops up where you can stay in touch. Also, after you mint, the same modal pops up. It says, congrats, you're done or something. And then it's like, let's stay in touch. Add your join our newsletter or join our email list. And that actually has been doing really well. Like we had over 600 people sign up for the email. So if you guys are on the email, thank you guys so much. I'm trying to do my best to stay on that pretty much on a regular basis. Jason says, could you offer a physical good to complement your digital token? Yeah, 100%. We're actually moving towards that. What we'll most likely do for that is, well, I don't know what the actual process is because until it's actually like on the roadmap, like oh, we have a date for this, I wouldn't start thinking about how to design it. But just off the top of my head, probably do the mint and have someone like, what I'd love to do on something like that is do the mint, and then after you mint, you get taken to a page where you actually can put in your information, like your shipping address, right? Or you get taken to a page where you can actually buy the physical, right? So if you wanted to get the NFT, if the NFT granted you access to the physical, I would just take you to a page for your address. If it was an additional thing, then yeah, you would want to be taken to a page where it was like, hey everybody, here's the physical for this thing. Because you got the NFT, this is at a discount, or you get X% off, or whatever it is. Hit the button below and purchase. We are going to be playing around with fiat, with like custodial wallets. I don't know yet if we're going to use something out of the box. Like there are other companies and products that are custodial wallets, or if we're going to make it ourselves. I don't want to do too much work, but I should say I don't want to force Melissa to do too much work. It's just a matter of what these other solutions offer. If they offer what we need, then we'll just use that. If not, then we'll probably build it ourselves. But we definitely want to integrate fiat because we need to start advertising soon. That was our fourth quarter goal. So anyway, this is the basic page. And so now I'm going to show you what I've been working on again. I just started this today, so grain of salt. All right. So this is what I'm working on today. So it's a dummy video of Stan Lee. Basically, what I'm looking to do, and the way I'm thinking about this is, and you guys have probably heard me talk about this before, is I'm really dead set on removing the stigma. Like I refuse the stigma of you got to sell out in 24 hours, and if you don't, like it's just your whole project, your whole company is doomed or something. Like that's just stupid. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it feel a little more like a crowdfunding site without it being crowdfunding, because you actually get paid. Like you get your NFT. Like there's no crowdfunding. It's not like an all or nothing thing. Let's see. Jason said, I was about to say you coding the wallet yourself. Yeah, we probably, well, we can, and we've discussed it, and we may. It just depends on basically the challenge with the custodial wallet right now. And again, to be fair, we haven't done too much research yet, but we want to balance. It's all about experience, right? So if there's two groups of people. The people who pay with fiat, you have to assume that they're not super deep into crypto, right? Or NFTs. People who use Ethereum obviously know what the hell they're doing. So what we want to make sure that the experience is good enough to help people move the NFT in the way they want to move the NFT. For instance, like if we went to a custodial wallet that we designed, basically what we would do, I think, so there's a couple things. The reason you want to do that, A, is to get more money, like more, not more money, but more options, right? Like I want to be able to advertise to people who don't have an NFT, and maybe this is their first NFT and they just got a wallet, or they don't have a wallet and they have cash. I've got a lot of friends who are like, man, I'd love to buy your NFTs, but I don't know jack about Ethereum and I don't really care. I'm like, okay, cool. So it's kind of my obligation to be like, okay, well, how can people want to buy our stuff? How can we get it to them? So by setting up a custodial wallet, you got the fiat thing, which is cool. But if we did it ourselves, what we could really do then is set it up as an add to cart, meaning, and I don't want to brutalize the tech here. Melissa and Flint would kill me, but I believe basically what we would do is in that situation, we could pre-mint everything. So let's say you have a drop of 5,000 pieces. You could pre-mint everything on the back end, so everything is already minted, and then you could just add to cart. Like we have like, and this is an example, right? But you could have like your multiple products here, right? And you could just say, yeah, I want one of these and two of those, and then that goes into a shopping cart. You get to the next page, we could do add-ons, we could do upsells, we could do, hey, you got this, add your t-shirt or whatever. You purchase with whatever you want to purchase. It could be ETH or it could be fiat, because now everything is already minted on the back end, right? It's already done. So you can add whatever you want to the cart, and then it's just the system's just going to select whatever it wants to deliver based on what you purchased. And then after you purchase, what's cool is, so here's the thing, after you purchase, if we were to do it ourselves, if you bought it in fiat, you would go into a back end of this, probably like a wallet that we made, where it's like, oh, look, here's your thing. And then most likely we would immediately, I think for people who have an ETH wallet, we would immediately have a pop-up that says, hey, would you like to move it to your cold wallet or whatever? The benefit, so here's the pro and the con of the custodial wallet so far that we understand, or that I know. They probably know more, but so the con is that if you're doing ETH, it's actually not going to your wallet, it's going into a custodial wallet. That means you have to go into the custodial wallet after purchase, you hit the buy button, it's done, the page reloads to a wallet, and then you have to transfer it out. So it's an extra step, right? You're minting it, which is really, you're just claiming it, and then you have to move it. So that's the negative, is that it's not just like instant click button, instant to your wallet. That's a negative. The positive though, is that since everything is already minted, you're not paying for gas. Like there's no gas fee, because we're paying the gas fee. So we have 5,000 pieces, for example, we pay all the gas fee, it's done, and all you have to do is pay to transfer. Mobius says agreed. Jason says like Nifty Gateway. Yeah, exactly. It would basically, and I honestly, I've never bought on Nifty Gateway, so I don't actually know what their backend looks like. But yeah, I mean, I assume it's the same thing, right? I know they do fiat, so boom, you've got it, and it's just, hey, would you like to transfer this to your wallet? Or maybe there's your image and it has like 3 little dots on it, or it says a button that says transfer to a wallet, or there's some kind of action where you can move it immediately. And then because of our contracts, it would be super cheap. It would be pennies. Well, I don't want to guarantee, but it would be very affordable, right? Less than gas, I would assume. So there's pros and cons. That's kind of where my head's at. And then, so when I was doing this design or this update, as I'm working on it, I'm kind of thinking about that. We're going to have a little tab at the top that says launch your own digital collectibles. I think this is probably going to go to a Typeform survey where it's like, hey, tell us about your project and your audience and all that kind of stuff. There'll be a button that says how it works. And I think this is just going to be a video modal. It'll pop up and it'll be like, hey, everybody, my name's Todd. Whoa, let me show you what the hell this is. I think we designed it well enough where we didn't have, like, we solved a lot of the questions people had from Ashcan. Like when we launched this version for the Ashcan comic, we had a bunch of comments and we had some feedback, like especially on mobile, like the arrangement of wasn't as clear. So when we moved to this version for Hail Draconis, we fixed all that, and we got like almost no criticism, like almost no negative feedback. Like people seem to get it. I know there's probably a little bit of like still a little bit of like, what the hell is this with the multi-wallet connect, because it's not a normal thing. It should be standard. I hope it will be standard. It better be standard, because it saves people their fortunes and their wallets. So there'll be a little video that talks about what multi-connect is and why we invented it, or why we developed it. And it also will pop up here again. All these buttons are not going to be here. This is just because this is the design, I kind of show I have to show Melissa every single state of every button at every point in time. So this is sort of like how all the buttons would be, right? It'll be much smaller. It'll be multi-wallet connect, and that'll be it. And then it'll be step 1, and then it'll be, oh, you're verified, step 2, and then step 3, mint below. Like it'll be really smooth and really nice. And I wanted to play with the button color. So, believe it or not, sometimes that matters. I like the blue button better, but I think the green button is going to have a higher conversion. We'll see. And then I liked how so one of the things that I really, and I talk about the stigma of all of this, like I think it would be more healthy for projects if the general public view of it was a little more like a crowdfunding campaign. And I don't mean that to say like, oh, if we don't hit our goal, we're not going to make anything. I mean like, hey, let's go ahead and put stretch goals in here so that if you hit, okay, you have a 5,000 piece drop and you hit 1,000, you unlock this. You get 3,000, you unlock that. You have 5,000, you get everything. Like once you add those steps, then if you only hit 1,000 out of the 5, it doesn't feel like a loss. It feels like you hit the first goal. And that framing change changes everything, in my opinion, right? Because I've seen so many, one of my, it's a real big bugaboo about mine. When we launched in December, we were in close talks with a number of different projects. And one of them, I'm not going to name who, but they were super cool. And a couple of guys were really cool. And, we started off at 10K. We're going to do 10K and they were going to do 10K. And when we started to launch, like we knew pretty quick, we were like, oh shoot, the market completely changed. It's like gas was super high. We were like, oh my God, our launch is not going to go well. And so we made the hard choice and cut the supply from like 10K to 2,200. We're like, let's just do it. Like, let's just go. I was like, I felt pretty confident we could do 2,200. We were like, maybe 5K. And we were like, no, let's do it 2,200. It's like, fine. So we dropped it to 2,200 and we minted out and it was awesome. And we got a lot of praise and a lot of people saying, oh my God, congratulations. It's a huge success. And we're like, yeah, awesome. It was wonderful. Our friends who we were talking to at the time, they kept the 10K and we also changed our price, right? So we dropped the quantity and we had gas issues and gas was skyrocketing and we were saving a ton of stuff with the blockchain. It was crazy. You guys, I'm sure some of you guys remember. I know I know Carrots definitely remembers this, but so we dropped the price as well to balance out the gas, right? So we want to do everything we could to be fair and make sure that people weren't overpaying. So we just took a haircut. Our friends over here kept the 10K launch, kept a higher mint price than we had. And so we minted out at 2,200. They were doing a 10K launch, and I don't remember what their actual number was, but it was like really close to being done. I want to say it was over 9,000, right? It was really up there, but they didn't sell out. And I don't know why they didn't mint the rest themselves. Maybe it just wasn't something people thought of, but they didn't do that. And they got wrecked. Like people were like, this is bullshit. This project's not going to make it. You guys suck. You didn't mint out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like they 5x'd. They made like a 4 or 5, probably like 4.5x what we made in cash. Like they did a huge thing. They did really well. And like, they got nailed for it. And like, I don't think they're around anymore. Like, I don't think that project exists. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, that's incredible. And so it's kind of been on my mind ever since. And so I want to really try to push an idea of it's not crowdfunding. However, let's set low goals so we can unlock things, so we can celebrate easy wins. So if you only sell 50%, it's not a negative. It's like, oh my God, I unlocked 2 out of the 5 things. Awesome. It's a bonus, right? So that's kind of where we're headed with this. I'd love to do stretch goal bars and all that kind of stuff. Willie D says crowdfunding is a great analogy for the space. Yeah, I mean that's what these companies are doing. Like when I'm straight up, no, oh my God, I know it's so crazy to be transparent. Like we did our first mint so we could raise funds so we could do more mints and grow the company. Like that's how it works. So why be shy about it and just say, while I don't know if crowdfunding is the right term, it might be, and that's okay. So I was like, well, all right, let's design our mid page like a crowdfunding site, and do it as well as we can, you know. So I got the video, and then underneath it, I'm gonna put some information about the project. You know, obviously, I haven't finished this. If you, I'm also super open. So, like, if there's information you guys would want to know, um, you know, eventually, I thought the idea of like how many projects this project is launched or this company is launched or how many mints, you know, all that stuff has to come later because it's you know, it's more code for Melissa. I'm thinking about a timer. I'd love to have a countdown clock that says you have like 2 days and 52 minutes and 36 seconds left. That's pretty cool. And then I added like a little featured item over here. Just I really love that. So you know, maybe we'll have like a little featured button on one of these things. And then that's really it. Honestly, like the rest of the stuff that I did is I made the page wider, so there's more room for the information, and I also added the like a tile background so that projects that we partner with and for us, I kind of love the idea of having like a tile background and like I don't know, man, like I've never done a tile background. It's been a long time. Um, Jason says this makes too much sense to be adopted. It's very true, man. It really is true. It's so sad but true. But I don't know, man. Like I threw this. I was like working with a white page, and I have a problem with white, just like pure white pages. It just seems. I know it looks sleek and minimal, but like it just looks so blank to me. And so I popped this in, and I added some shadows. You know, shadow back here to float it, and it reminded me of like the old school MySpace pages back in the day, like 1998 MySpace, right? Like or 1980, yeah, 1998, 1996, something like that. Like it was old school, but it looked new. I was like, that's cool, man. Like that looks really neat. Like how cool it would be to have like all these different projects and everyone's doing their own NFTs and you can actually like upload your icon or something. You can have like an icon for the background or whatever and create a pattern or something and actually like really kind of own identity on your page. And I was like, oh man, like I don't know. It's like back in it was so overused in the MySpace days that like everybody dropped it and never touched again. And I started messing with it and I was like, this is great. It looks so cool. Um, Jason says perhaps an open edition with milestones would be a way to accomplish what you're talking about. Yeah, in fact, our origin comic is probably going to be an open edition for the main tier. Jason also says dig the tiling. Awesome. KG says MySpace aging yourself. Hey man, MySpace was dope, dude. I know. You know, it's one of those things like it was so a minute of its time and you're like, oh man, that's so stupid. But I gotta say, and this is okay. So one of the things that I saw a couple of years ago is there was a bunch of tween somethings, I don't know, like 11, 12, 13, whatever it is. And these kids were like paying like, I want to say over $100. I don't remember the price, but really freaking expensive for Kodak Polaroids. Right. So for like 12 pictures, it's like $60 a pack because they don't make them anymore. Like it's a specialty design thing. And they started taking pictures and doing it. And for their generation, it was like they were so like emotionally invested in it because they never had it growing up. They grew up on phones and they thought it was so cool that it actually like you had this digital device that printed a physical object, right? The actual photo. Like these kids don't have photos. They don't have it's their parents and their grandparents that have like photo albums. So they loved it. I was like, you guys are paying how much for this? Like, you gotta be kidding me. This stuff was like $20 back in the day. But I kind of think MySpace is like the same, you know. I thought about it. I've only been thinking about it today because of the tiling, but like it was so cool to be able to have a page and you had a basic layout and you could add like you could customize it through CSS. You could actually modify it and add sprinkles and rainbows and, all kinds of shit to it. Like, I kind of think that's missing, right? Like you could add a custom player if you wanted to add music. Here was a plugin for you. It was like a simplified version of what WordPress would become. And I don't know, man. like as dumb as that sounds, like I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. I'm like, oh man, that's kind of nifty. I really like that. Like, how cool would that be? It's like start dropping shit in here and adding stuff. I mean, you kind of have it now. Like, you just have like a WYSIWYG editor and you can add code and stuff. But people don't do that. Like, how neat would it be to kind of like, oh, you can just add weird shit to your background? And I don't know. Yeah, I know I'm dating myself, man. To be fair, if you really want to know how dated I am, I was already a little too old to do MySpace. To me, MySpace was like you know, the kids a couple years younger than me were doing it. I was like, but I think I had a MySpace. Oh shit, do I have a MySpace page? Do I have a MySpace page? Hold on. Let's see if I have a MySpace page. Is MySpace even around? MySpace. Holy shit, this website's still there. I know it's like, didn't Justin Timberlake buy it or something? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's too old. But it did pull my name. It did actually find my name, which is creepy. Photos, can I show filters? No, it's like dead. Oh, that's weird. I didn't do this. Hold on. Hold on. One sec, guys. Let me show you this. Give me 1 second. You see that okay? Look, everybody, it's MySpace. So I don't know what the hell this is. That's not any background. I haven't been here in decades. Look, I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I got some contacts, people connected to me, people I'm connected to. Photos? Are there any photos? Oh shit, like it's recognizing some. Yo, it's got that Peter Laird picture and Joe Simon. I didn't even know I still had that. I've kind of been missing that. Yo, this needs to show up. This is gonna be cool if it shows up. Oh my god. Oh, dude, everything's broken. That'd be fucking awesome. This would be dope if it showed up. Oh man. Now I'm gonna have to play with it and see if we can find this. So this is like, damn. So I had damn, we're going down memory lane right now. What is this? Dusty says this is dangerous territory looking through old MySpace photos. Tom is still your friend. He probably is. Dusty says I was prime age. Yeah, man. But so check this out. I had a so I did a comic called Kifu Fighters was my first. Shoot, do I have it? I got it over there. I could rip it out for you. All right, I might actually have to show you this. So I did a comic. My very first comic was called Kifu Fighters, and I got Peter Laird, creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, to like check it out. Sign in to connect the photo. Damn it, I just want to see the fucking photo. Ah, so killing me. Killing me, dude. Killing me. So I had Peter Laird like hold it up, and then I had Joe Simon, who was the creator of Captain America, hold it up, and then the Sprouse Brothers. So the Sprouse Brothers were these kids who had a Nickelodeon TV show, and I designed a comic for them. They released a magazine, and I did the comic in the magazine. So it was like their Times Square release party or something. Kifu Fighters #1 interior art. And why is it keeping the metadata, but it's not showing me the? Oh, here it is. Kifu Fighters on the shelf. Oh man, that's just a tease. Fuck you, MySpace. Anything? Is it gonna show me anything? No, this stuff is like 20 years old. Or does he's like get ready to censor button? I know. Oh look, Todd dancing naked on a pole. Ah, it's driving me nuts. All right, let me show you this. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go grab this thing. It's right over here. I'm going to show it to you. But Should I pull Dusty up? Hey, Dusty, thumbs up? For 2 seconds, man. 2 seconds. You got to take care of the stream for. I'm just going to grab something. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Hey.
All right. I'm just going to go really quick. All I'm going to do is turn the camera off for 2 seconds, and I'm going to grab this comic, see if I can grab it.
Wait, you pulled me up here to leave the stream. Okay, I'm in charge here. Good evening. So I thought that tonight I thought we were going to talk about the X2 Y2 royalty thing. I definitely have some opinions on that. So maybe when Todd gets back, we can talk about that, because I personally think that royalties are critical for projects, and that groups like X2 Y2 should not be dictating what creators receive. Yes, that is right, KG. It is the Dusty Show. I am taking requests for anything you'd like me to talk about. Ooh, so the other day I was browsing Genie, and I picked up a Cobalt Fox for 0.04. So you guys should keep an eye on these other marketplaces. I think it was on LooksRare or something. There are definitely really good deals to be found on these less popular marketplaces. So yeah, I got a Cobalt Fox for 0.04. But if there's more, I'm going to try to beat you to them. So yeah. Jason says, so on the royalties thing, yeah, I would actually love to hear all of your opinions on that. Like I said before, I think that the royalties are critical both for projects as revenue and also for artists and creators, right? Like, that's how it was before, is that you would make art and you had your primary sale and that was that. But that's kind of what's revolutionized the NFT space, is that artists can make art and receive royalties for the rest of the time. And I just think that it's not okay for someone like X2Y2 to come along and say, yeah, no, we're cutting the artist out of the thing that makes Web3 special.
No, it's not. I agree 100%, man.
In fact, you're back.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Jason says, I think what X2Y2 has taught us that if it ain't on the smart contract, it ain't enforceable. Yeah, this is true. But you're really fucking with artists, man. In fact, I got a good art. This is a great segue. We're just all over the place tonight. It's okay. That is okay. By the way, I'm just saying, since we probably won't talk about it then, but old school Toddism.
I'm still trying to find one of those.
Dude, I'll just mail you one. I got a couple of these. Anyway, so if what I really should do is I should get them graded or something. Although like they're kind of, I don't think there's any. I don't have that many, and I don't think there are going to be any that are like 9. I'm trying to look at my stack here. I don't think there are any that are going to be like a 9.0 or anything, because they're kind of like a little bit bumped up, just from being tossed around in boxes forever. But yeah.
Dude, so the other day I went to this so-called comic shop, and it's in kind of a ritzy part of town.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have comics. Like, they had like $20 graphic novels or more.
Yep.
They had like one little bin of like just a few things. But is that how it is nowadays?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Like, these businesses have to survive, and like comics aren't selling because they're not making things that people want to buy, right? And so the comic shops over the last the last decade or two they moved from comic shop where you'd go in, it was like nothing but comics,
yeah, to
like nothing but comics and maybe some toys, to comics, toys, and games, right? And then comics, toys, games, graphic novels. And now it's like graphic novels, games, toys, and maybe some comics.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And a
So if you
lot of
see comics, they're usually in
manga.
the bins, right?
Yeah, they had one small corner of just a couple small boxes, a couple small bins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see. Jason says Kifu is better than waifu. Kifu is out. This thing is like way pre waifu, man. This stuff was like 2003 or something. Like way back in the day. Way back in the day. Here, I'll crack open really quick and then we'll talk. I think that X2Y2 thing is pretty important, so we can talk about that for a minute. Check this out. So this is old school somewhat display copy. It's like it's this display on it. Who the hell's calling me? What the hell? Oh, butt dial. Turn it off. Check this out. So old school back of the cover. Look at that. Animation style, right? The series
That's awesome.
coming soon. And so, we should make this an NFT.
We should.
Airdrop it, maybe.
Yeah.
Should we airdrop this, guys? Check this out. I still have this drawing. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
crazy cityscape and the like. So he's like looks up like, what's that noise? And there's like tanks coming out through the city and giant robots everywhere. Like these are kind of like animated robot looking guys.
You said they had did you say they had a show on Nickelodeon? Or did I
No,
make it-
not this. No.
Okay.
I did a book for these kids that had a show on Nickelodeon.
Ah, got it.
We pitched this, and it actually got pretty. So remember the story about how so remember how I've mentioned before. Jason says, was it self-published? Yeah, I did pretty much. Yeah, wrote it, drew it, inked it, and then had someone color it. But I did all the pre-press stuff. It's like. Be destroyed, yeah. Right?
That's awesome.
Let's see. But yeah, man, this was my pitch. So we took it, I did Comic-Con with it. We did a big push. I had the lunchbox made, I had some other stuff made. I actually have like the very first toys we ever did. Like, see that guy? Right? Almost like, look at that. It's adult fantasy prototype card.
It's almost like you have experience in this, Todd.
It's almost like I've done this before, and I keep doing the same damn thing over and over and over again. But look at that series. Look at that Series 0 profile. He's got offense and defense. Those numbers, I don't think those numbers mean anything. I don't remember. I was like, oh, some numbers. And then we got like, oh yeah, we got. I'll show you something. So we got this coming soon, a sketch, coming soon sketch. You see him powering up or whatever.
Yeah.
I used to get into the drawing those backgrounds, man. And then like some villains coming up and stuff.
You should make it a little bigger so we can see it.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm an idiot. Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Right. Pretty cool, right?
It is.
And then check this out. So Ramel Davis, who's on our lore games on Thursdays, right? Oh yeah, her one more page. I'll show you Ramel coming up. So yeah, this was our pitch, and this was when I learned what offers were in animation, and I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm just gonna do my own thing, man. Fuck. Why would I want to give up my art and my property for pretty much nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's literally, this book was me going in a different direction because I did this, did a pitch, we did tons of stuff. In fact, I've got a whole volume up here of all the Kifu stuff. We did storyboards for the entire pilot, character design, you name it, and started moving through in the right way and got meetings and everything. They were like, well, here's the deal. Here's what we offer. And I was like, really? Like, and I mean, I really was like, and people take that deal? They were like, what do you mean? Like, that's what everyone gets. And I was like, wow, I need to do something else. Like, it's time to go into tech or something. Okay. Ramel Davis. And then we'll jump into, I mean, I know it's our hour's up, but whatever. We can keep going. Ramel Davis. You guys know him, love him from the lore games. You want to see one of his pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check this shit out.
Oh, he's so good. That's awesome.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Ramel Davis, look at that.
Yeah, I gotta get me a copy of this.
Hell yeah, man. There's only 1,500 in exist. No. How many did we make? There's not more than a couple thousand. I want to say it was like 1,500. We may have made more. There's definitely not more than 5K. Oh, you know what? We sold. No, I think there was about 5K because we had 1,500 and then the comic shops got a couple thousand. This was 2005. How old were you in 2005, Dusty?
19, I think.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take that. I'll take that. Not too bad. Not too bad.
19, 20, something like that.
I will take it. Not as bad as I thought. 4 years old. I was 4. But yeah, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do no promise. We'll talk. I have an idea now. Well, we shall think. We shall figure some stuff out. Right on. All right. So what else do we got? We got all right. Should we talk about the X2Y2 thing? I got some. We both have some views on this.
Yeah, I think we should.
Bring you up, okay? I totally didn't mean to do that, by the way. Sorry, but surprise. All right, check this. See, I'm gonna share. Stop screen. Share screen. So this was the thing that started it, I believe. X2Y2, the topic of royalty sparked many discussions today. They've been doing this for a while now. I think they keep bringing it up because it gets some attention. And X2Y2 is a decent platform. Like, I have no beef with the platform. Since the launch of flexible royalty 50 days ago, we've been exploring ways to optimize the model. We're launching a fair royalty initiative today to move forward with all our partners more openly and transparently. Our first proposal, trackable royalty, consists of 2 parts. Blah, 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 blah. Cross-market API. Check how much royalty was paid. Yada, yada, yada. Here's the deal. There are many other ways to approach the subject of royalty, and we're seeing successful subscription-based models like ENS. Hopefully, RFI, a subscription-based. They want to subscribe to the NFT? Bullshit. Here's the deal, man. Like, I think this is a terrible idea. Like, you're trying, if the goal is to it's the artists and the creators are right now are like at least 60 to 70% of the market, right? We know it's going to change. There's a lot of startups. There's a lot of companies. There's a lot of people jumping in, and that's totally cool, right? Absolutely fine with that. But you're going to murder your onboard rate. You're ratioing your onboard opportunity. Do you know what I mean? You're ripping off artists, and you're like, well, no, it's not enforceable in the contract, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but do you know how many people I've how many people I've onboarded into crypto by just telling them about royalties for creatives.
Yeah.
It's the number one thing. Visual artists for hundreds of years have been fucked because they sell their work for a couple grand and they blow up, and that painting ends up selling for tens of millions of dollars, or that sculpture, and they get nothing. Yeah, they can sell another piece, but not if they're dead. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work that way, man. It takes time, and you're taking food, literally taking money out of that fucking person's mouth, and their entire family. And visual artists have been the only ones to suffer this. Musicians get royalties, authors get royalties. Every other creative, actors get royalties. Basically, they get paid whenever there's something with their shit on it. They get paid for it. Everybody except visual artists. So for you to do that and be like, yo, yeah, it's flexible. I mean, the buyer should pay. Oh, so two things. One, most people are going to set it to 0. Okay. And what you're doing is you're further pushing the idea that the artist is a fucking pauper. Right? Oh, thanks for the tip jar, asshole. Right? Here's a quarter, sonny boy. Like, don't spend it all in one place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, screw you, honestly. Like, all it's going to do, I think, in the long term is hurt. I think it's going to hurt X2Y2. I know flippers and traders are going to love it because they don't have to pay royalty on it. But at the same time, like, you know, I won't do business there. I think it's a great platform. Don't get me wrong. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck you.
Well, is X2Y2 saying that our percentage that we take is optional as well, or is it just the part that goes to the artist, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, they're going to take their 2%.
That's right, 100%. They're not taking the options on their side. No, just what you pay the artist. Why don't you match it? Be real. Why? That's a great point, dude. Why don't you match it? Okay, artist royalty matches X2Y2 royalty. All flex. All flex.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you don't want to pay the artist nothing? X2Y2 gets nothing. Make it on your side as well, but you want the money.
Right.
And you know the draw from all these high rollers are that if they don't have to pay that extra 5%, 7%, 10%, whatever it is, they want more money. And that means you get to take more money because it's a bigger cut from a bigger check. So go fuck yourself, right? It's obvious what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's really shitty. Jason says, go get your shine box. Yeah. 100%, man. It's real. It's a real, you know, it's a real thumb in the eye of all the creative people who are working so hard. Yeah. Right. What do you think is going to happen to the next? Like, basically what you're doing is like, you have put an artificial cap on the earnings of the next, Fidenza. Right. Yeah. There won't be one. There won't be a Fidenza. Do you get it? Because at a certain point, everyone's going to move over to this platform to flip, right? The price will go up, but the artist gets nothing. You're putting a cap on the art. You get it? Like, fuck you.
They don't care. I mean, they're getting their percent, and they're really taking it out of the artist's pocket. I mean, that's basically what they're doing, right? And they want to bring everybody to their platform just so they can take the money and take it away from artists. Basically, that's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really infuriating. And I wanted to read this. I have not read this yet, but it was interesting. Without royalties, NFTs lose 50% or more of their value prop. You guys see that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I saw the kitty cat, and I was like, oh, I'll read this. I will break down the topic in the 3 main sections. This is from Kimosabi, at Kimosabi. 1, broken incentives with royalties as the scapegoat. Disruptive potential. NFTs have very, very little without royalties. Revenue streams. Grasping for straws and very shitty replacement for royalty. Section 1. Jesus. Section 1. How is it? Oh, Christ. Oh, my God. Okay. We're going to go through this fast. I don't want to read the whole freaking thing. I didn't know it was like a book. Incentives. Incentive models have been broken since NFTs started, and they're only getting worse. Without futures, let's see. Without futures is future. It's worse. Launches projects they are heavily optimized for, mint out, pump it. This means royalties and fees become extremely extractive, sometimes even quadrupling the initial mint take. Extremely lucrative for Magic Eden, especially with projects like OK Bears. Flipping focus models. Yeah, I saw this too. Like Utes and DeGods, like so Utes and DeGods, they ended up making like millions in royalties off of their unrevealed NFT, and then once they made several million, they decided to genuflect, and so they just said we're going to a zero royalty model after benefiting for like months and months and months, right? Like, oh wow, so generous, you're such a leader.
Yeah.
Give the money back. Return it. No, we're not going to do that. That's stupid. Let's see. See, creator incentives are blowing up like a pipe bomb inside of a PO box. Okay, well, whatever. Yes, the 0% royalties will force projects to find revenue streams, but it also leaves no incentive to make the FP go up or provide any holder benefits. Why are you even in NFTs at this point? This is all over the place to me. I would have to read this a little deeper. It's like a little. Let's see, the future without royalties. There we go. Halfway down the page. It's bleak. Soft rugs will increase. Hard rugs will increase. Mint prices will go up. There you go. Free mints will be less frequent. D rugs will cease to exist. That's 100% true. 100%. Like if the artist isn't getting royalties, they're going to soft rug the project, right? If the artist isn't getting enough royalties, they're just going to freaking leave. If the artist isn't getting royalties, then they have to put it in the front end. You know what I mean? They have to be like, yo, I'm gonna have to make more money up front because I'm not gonna get any royalties.
Yeah.
Right. And then why would they give you any free mints? How are they gonna pay for the free mint if they're not making any money on the secondary? Right.
And if you even think about just some projects, what's the incentive to continue to provide value? Why not just churn out another thing for more money, right? And just abandon your Genesis holders and just keep churning it, because if you build value for them, it's not building value for you.
That's right. That's right. 100%. It says Nikes don't have royalties though. Yep, and they make millions of shoes a year to sell to you, justified by some of them having a decent resale price. NFTs also don't get dirty or break. They're a durable asset with provenance. Value over time is best. Yeah, like they're trying to compare it to shoes or something. I'm like, man, okay, cool. So let's do this. I mean, this guy actually summed it up a little bit pretty decently. It's like, okay, cool. No more secondary sales, royalties. Cool. So now everything is going to be open mint. We're just going to have a complete, like, how many NFTs is the quantity? I don't know, when they stop selling. Right? Why not? Why make something limited edition and valuable if you can't make it valuable? If you can't participate in the value?
Yeah.
Who's going to do it? Disrupting existing industries, onboarding creators and artists by grassroots. Yeah. All of the following industries use royalties. Thank you. This is what we just talked about in a major capacity. With and without royalties, NFTs have zero potential to disrupt them. Music, video and film, art licensing, digital art, comics, audio and podcasts, publishing, journalism, live performance. Yeah, how are you going to beat them if you're not willing to match it?
Yeah, I mean, we've started to see a rise in things like music NFTs and albums and such. Why would anybody do that when they come here and then they sell it and that's it? They sold the thing and they don't get any royalties. Where if they stay where they are, they do get royalties.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
100%. Jason says we got to move to hardwiring the royalties in the smart contracts. Yeah, we looked into that. We've been messing with that. It's really difficult. It's very, very difficult to do, because you can't force the smart contract to do it, right? Because the sale happens on the platform. right? The sale happens on the platform. So it's at the platform when the money is being taken that it like goes. Does that make sense? Like it doesn't actually hit the contract. You could have a platform that does it, sure, but it's very difficult to do. When that split comes in, you can split it up in the contract, right? But it's a step removed, right? You would basically need like minting would have to be like at the Etherscan level. Like you'd have to do it at the contract, right? Or use a platform like ours or something, I guess. But yeah, it's a challenge, man. Rageous said, "What's up, Rageous? Super late, but had to make some money, dude. Never, ever, ever apologize for making that money, bro. Got to do it. Without royalties, you won't be able to onboard many creators to Web3 whatsoever. The only thing that has ever convinced any of my normie friends that NFTs are good has been royalties. What did I just say? Art creates perpetual value, and for the first time in history, artists can capture it. What did I just say? That's like right out of my mouth, dude. It's obvious.
And it's fair. I mean, let's be real. It's fair.
Yeah.
Look at Fidenza, right? He sold them for so much. Now, if they're selling for 100 grand, why shouldn't he be part of that win?
That's right. That's right. If you're an artist and you have a project and it blows up, you deserve everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You deserve to have a cut of your success. Goodbye, grassroots. Without royalties, derugs become untenable, impossible. Project acquisition is pointless. True. Free mints are dead unless the founder dumps on you. Airdrops will stop happening. Projects will stop communicating with you entirely. Yeah, why communicate? Why do a lot of the stuff that a project does? So I'll just give you, I mean, even behind the scenes, like we don't make any decision internally that has anything to do with trying to pump our prices, right? We've never, true or false, Dustin, we have never had a conversation that's like, how will this pump our price?
Yeah.
But what we do discuss is what can we release that may affect down the road the value of things, right? Our job is to make everything that came before it more valuable, right? That's the goal, at least. Like, you can't ever guarantee these things, but we're always, everything we launch is like, how does this affect Adult Fantasy Season 1? How does this affect the other things? Is there a chance that it could like affect it in a positive way, right? Like are there things we can do for Adult Fantasy Season 1 holders in this drop so that the value of that goes up? We're not trying to pump the price. We never say, let's manipulate the price. But are there things that we can do that add value to that thing? Why? Because we do want it's transparent, man. Like, of course we want the price to go up. And yeah, secondary sales would be great. But it's the point of it is to lock in the value of that thing. And if you remove secondary sales, if you remove royalties from those secondary sales, you lose investment, right? Without that revenue, you're cutting off a revenue stream. So what's the value of the product? What's the value of Azuki if they don't capture any of those secondary sales? Well, they made a lot of money, great. But what's the business then? Where is it? You know, well, they can still grow a business. They have the financing and they can launch something, right? They can kind of grow a business. That's what we're all doing. But you just cut off a revenue stream that probably adds what, 100 grand or more a month to their bottom line. That right there is a sellable business. They could turn around right now. Artifact. They sold to Nike. You're talking about Nike. They sold to Nike. Why did they sell to Nike? Well, they have a cool idea, and their shit sells fantastic on secondary. There's like, oh, you guys are having a recurring, monthly recurring revenue, MRR. You have an MRR of, I don't know, X number, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? We're going to go ahead and buy this at a multiple of that. If you're making $1 million a year, we're going to buy it for $4 million. Now we were paying you in advance for like 4 years of what you would normally have to do. That's how these deals work, right? And it's probably much more than that in the case of Artifact, but whatever. If you remove that, like, you're going to slow the progress of development of this stuff by a decade.
Yeah.
The most innovative projects on Solana wouldn't have existed without the promise of royalties. I don't know a lot of Solana projects, to be honest, but these include Teo Robotics, Cyber Frogs, NFT, Soul Slugs, Solana Sanctuary, Bears Reloaded, and Dead Monkeys. I assume these are really important projects. Sorry, I'm totally out of the Solana thing right now.
Yeah.
But maybe we can get some of them on Evening Alpha. Conclusion: without royalties, you essentially make NFTs an entirely so good. Without royalties, you essentially make NFTs an entirely Web 2 product. You pay a centralized team once and then trust them to not screw you over, even though they have zero incentive not to. You stifle innovation, you remove 90% of use cases, and NFTs suck. Brilliant. Absolutely good. Absolutely. And Jesus, this keeps going. That was only the part of it. Revenue streams. I won't read all of it, but basically 3 parts. NFTs are a financial media asset. Revenue streams, the meme, the now broken promise of NFTs. I think we get it. This guy makes a fantastic case. I'll probably read the rest of it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like you have to be out of your mind to want to do that. And I really think it's going to bite. I don't know if it's going to bite X2Y2 in the ass, because it is a smart play for big players. You know what I mean? If you're selling your Bored Ape or you're selling your CryptoPunk or whatever, I do understand, because now I will say I understand, but I don't agree with. I'll tell you right now, like I don't necessarily have a plan to sell anything, but if I sell something, like some of the pieces that I have that might be a little better off, I'm just going to use OpenSea.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay the money, because why? Because it's safe, it's known, and I'm not going to get fucked. All these other people, they're always trying to go around the royalty thing, and so they use these third-party services, most of which are great, except when they're like modeled and you get ripped off because some scammer just like duped the site and you end up trading for like a golf ball or something. You know, you've given them like 15 of your Bored Apes for like, you know, a picture of a poo or something. Like
the old days of eBay. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got to be out of your mind, man. Forget it. Jason says principles. Yeah, it really is, man. Well, it's greed. You know, like these guys are they're capitalizing on the greed of others. We'll see how it shakes out. All it's going to take, I mean, I'm not promising or proposing, but you know, if these guys get hacked, everyone leaves it. Everyone's like, yeah, royalties are great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they're fighting over 10%. I mean, I get it. If you got $100,000 piece, that's 10 grand. That's a lot of money. But just use the established shit, man. Don't rip off the artist.
Yeah.
Let the artist let the artist get. I mean, honestly, it's usually not even that, dude. Like, if your piece is worth, you know, if your piece is worth 100 grand, are you really, really that hard up for the 5K that it's going to take for the 5% to pay? Come on. You know what I mean? Like, just give it to the artist. Like, I wouldn't dream of trying to go around an artist. I really wouldn't.
Now, going around the platform fee like X2Y2, I would love to do that.
Well, yeah.
A little bit of over the counter.
Why don't they donate? Why don't they swap it? Hey, we're going to give the artist our bonus of 2.5%, so the creator can actually get more, and we'll take less. We'll take a 0.5. No, we can't do that. We gotta make sure that's good. But YouGood doesn't give their royalties to the artist. Well, see, that's different, right? Because and I don't know their deal, but if they don't give royalties to the actual artist of the Bored Ape design, then that was probably just a contractual obligation, right? The woman who designed the Nike logo got paid $200 for it. $200, right? Now here's the thing: that logo is worth bazillion dollars, right? Like, and she went to court and all that, but it was a contract. It was like you got hired as an artist to do work. Now, with that said, though, but here's the deal. Yuga might not have paid royalties to that person, and I don't even know who drew it. They did work for hire to Seneca for the Bored Ape design. Cool. Or was that Seneca or Zeneca? Work for hire. Cool. Here's the thing, though. Let me tell you the secret about whoever that dude is, or that person, because I don't know male or female. I assume it's a male style, so I'm going to assume it's a guy. But check this out. Like the woman who did the Nike logo, Zeneca, right? She is now a world famous designer. World famous. She goes to conferences. She gets paid for that. She goes on tour. She gets paid for that. She's written books. She gets paid for that. All her designs now, you know how much the other companies that aren't Nike have to pay her now? Lots of money. Lots. Now, you got to have she, her. Oh, awesome. Right on. She. So like, if she did the design for Bored Ape, dope. Like, great. You got paid for it. This person will be, I promise you, if she's smart, and I'm sure she is, conferences for the rest of her life, travel for the rest of her life, books for the rest of her life. Again, anyone, any project, any company, she should add a 0 or 2 or 3. And I'm not exaggerating, right? There are designers out there who can charge like 6 or 7 figures for like a logo. Okay. So she now has that pull. She might be, I don't know. She might be charging $500 for a logo, but if she is, she's being silly, because her design triggered a massive movement of people.
Yeah.
Right. Massive. It wasn't anybody else. It was her art. So if she signed a contract to do that, that's okay. I mean, that's how you look. No one would know who she is if she didn't do it. You know what I mean? That's okay. But it's up to her now to leverage it. It's up to her now to use that and get like almost like a different type of secondary royalty. Like if that was me, I'm going to tell you right now, if that was me, I'd have a Bored Ape hat. I'd have a Bored Ape shirt. I'd have a website that said creator of the Bored Apes or designer of the Bored Apes. I'd have like all the images up there. I'd be doing video. You'd see me on YouTube. Like, let me tell you about Bored Ape number 721. Now, when I drew this one, I was thinking with the eyeball hanging out. I would be all over it. And I'd be over and over and over and over and over. Brand it. Own it. It's yours. They're not going to come after you for talking about it. You're promoting their stuff. Like, just do it. You know what I mean? It's up to you. Right? It will never be a good as the Harper Whalers logo. I'll take your word for it, Jason. This is all fair. Yeah, like you go into the like. You also can't blame Bored Ape or Yuga for that, because like, you like nobody knew. You can't possibly know. And maybe she could have had a better deal if she had been like, well, I want 1% or 5% or 10% or part of the secondary, or deals are deals, right? But nobody knew. It's like Star Wars. Who the hell, like even Lucas did not know what Star Wars was going to be, right? And I know he retained the right to the toys. Like all those companies turned him down. By the time he got to what was it? Oh God, I'm gonna murder myself. By the time he got to, was it Kenner? Like everyone turned him down. Nobody wanted it because it was stupid, and then it blew up and it turned into Star Wars. Like who knew?
Hindsight's always 2020.
Always 2020. Always. So she's going to have a great career. She's going to figure it out. I'm sure she has already. I don't know anything about her. Obviously, I thought it was a dude. So there you go. But she's going to have a great career. Some agent is going to pick her up if they haven't already and been like, look, this is how we model you. You are a superstar. She's the NFT superstar. She has there's no reason why she can't be like people pleaser or some of these other huge people, right? Hey, why don't you do maybe she has, I don't know. But like, do you think if she did another drop for her artwork that was like an original style, but it's her style from the same creator of Bored Apes, do you think it would sell out maybe? Oh, it's gonna be point 0.3. 10,000 pieces at 0.3.
Yeah.
Do you think it would sell out maybe in like, I don't know, 3 minutes?
Probably.
Who wouldn't? I would buy. Who wouldn't buy it?
Yeah.
Everybody. So, you know, she'll do fine. That's what I would do anyway. I'd be like my favorite. God, what's his name? The frog. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Warner Brothers.
What?
It's classic.
What?
Dusty. You don't know the frog?
The frog.
Oh my God.
You'll
what's
have
his
to
name?
show me, Todd.
Chat. What's the name of the Warner Brothers frog? Hold on. Damn it. Frog. Let me see. YouTube.
Do you have like a top hat and coattails?
Yes.
I don't know his name.
Here he is. We'll get demonetized, but I don't.
Thank you, Willie D. Yeah, Willie D didn't know he had a name either. Thank you.
He has a name. I can't remember his name. Yeah, well, it wasn't mentioned, but he has one. You know. Damn it. That's what happens when you like smoke too much in your 20s.
By the way, guys, this is what most of our meetings are like, where Todd's trying to show me something cool and can't remember what it was. We do this a lot.
It is. This is true. One.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Sunday kiss my wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you
Wait, Dusty, have you ever seen this cartoon before?
Long time ago.
Okay, so you know the premise, right?
It's been a long time. Like when I was a little kid, a long time ago.
Okay.
I'm just a disappointment in Todd's eyes.
Let me see if we can get the. I'm trying to see if we can get the. You get the gist of it here. I think they did this so that you don't get fucked up. Let's see. It is true. Our meetings often end in sullen disappointment. This isn't the whole thing, by the way.
It's not really showing the video.
Wait, it's not showing the video?
No, it's like super stuttery. I don't know if it's just me.
StreamYard, man.
Yeah, I think it's StreamYard.
Fuck you, StreamYard. A watch party. Anyway, okay, fine. We're gonna do this. We're doing watch parties. We're doing cartoon nights.
Jason says Warner Brothers ain't getting royalties for this.
Why can't we show this? I know you can show a freaking YouTube video. Chat, was it? Hey, Jason, was it KG? Was it choppy on your side? Michigan J Frog. Oh my God, Rages for the win. And Jason too. He nailed it. Michigan J Frog. Thank you. Was it choppy? Or is it Dusty just trying to get out of watching the cartoon?
Well, that's my normal excuse.
It probably is. I can't see. Oh. It was choppy. Damn it. We're gonna have to figure that out. We've had this problem before, right?
Yeah.
A little choppy. Okay.
Todd, it might have something to do with the like 106 tabs you've got open right now.
107.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we're gonna do this. But we're gonna do some cartoon nights. I need to learn. Maybe we switch to OBS or something. I don't know. We gotta have the ability to share video because it's so much fun. Like we could do so much more if we just had like access to YouTube.
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, screw it. That's the end of the show. That's it. We're over. Done. Anyway, I love you guys. This was awesome. Got to show some web design stuff. Let me know if you have any ideas for the website. If there's anything you'd like to see on there, I'm all ears. Dusty and I as well, or Dusty as well. Comics, old school. We went through some time and saw some old stuff, and we even got some royalty crap in there. It's pretty good. Yeah. Although now, although I will tell you, like we talked about X2 Y2 before, and I was like, it doesn't matter to me. And the more I thought about it, the more angry. The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, wow, they're really fucking dicks. I think I actually got to give you, Dusty. I got to give you credit for the night. I think your point on X2Y2 is probably the most poignant of like, they're not dropping their royalties, right?
Yeah.
Theirs are a must, but the artists, fuck them, That right there is where the money shot.
Dude, I even saw them in a Twitter post. Like they had the audacity to say, "Well, they made $600,000 on their primary sales. They'll be okay." Yeah, it's like fuck off, man.
Yeah, fuck off.
You're gonna take your money. Got it.
Yeah. Well, and it also makes an assumption that, like, I mean, it all that's bullshit, man. That also makes a suggestion of saying like, oh, so projects can accrue value over time.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Evening Alpha, we talk about this all the time. Like, how many projects do we know and have met and talked to regularly through Evening Alpha who haven't done the $600,000 launch or whatever? But I have no doubt, like, there's a few, I'm not going to drop names, but there are some phenomenal projects that are going to be killing it.
Yeah.
Including adult fantasy, of course. But, like, killing it. And, like, to say, well, they made a shit ton, like, that's not how most things work in life. You know what I mean? You create something small, it does this much, and you hustle and you work and you build it to that, right? And for you to just say, oh, well, you made plenty on day one, like, who's going to work for another 30 years on their project if they're not incentivized to do it, right? Like, fuck off, get out of here.
And to me, Web3 is all about community and empowering creators. And if we just no royalties, you just have the sale and you got your thing, and that's that. Like, we lose the spirit of Web3, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. You know what I think we should do next time?
What should we do next time, Todd?
I think, and I'm just making this up. Chat, tell me what you think. Maybe next time what we'll do is, if you guys want to hop on, we'll drop a link in.
That would be fun.
Right? We'll drop a link in. We can actually we'll put a link in, and KG and Jason and Willie D and whoever wants to pop on screen, we can pop on. We can just have a fucking chill. That's fun. So I think that's what we should do. Maybe next time we'll do that. We'll pop it in chat and see what's up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll do a for real chill stream. All right, guys. Love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's good stuff tonight, man. I liked it a lot. It was great. It's nice. This is relaxing. We started with the dishwasher story, which stressed me out. Now I'm relaxed.
Well, we started with the dishwasher story like at 8 a.m.
We did. I did tell you that. I told Dusty the story this morning.
Yeah, I was like, calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's in now.
I was like, how was your weekend, Dusty? And Dusty was like, man, it was great. I got a lot of sleep, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
How was yours, man? Dishwasher. He was like, oh, all right. All right. Love you guys. We will see you over in Discord. We're going to be chilling out. Good stuff planned for this week. Tons of stuff coming out, always hustling and working. Anyway, take care. God bless. Love you all. Peace out. See you later.